Welcome to Reach for Better podcast. I am Renee, CEO of ABR Firm, the premier leadership development and brand management firm rooted in Memphis with a global reach. And I am here with the senior partners of ABR Firm. Why don't y'all tell them who you are?
Karen.
I'm Matthew.
I am Mark.
And what's y'all's positions?
Customer service.
I'm the capacity coach and executive coach.
Yeah.
I am the cadence coach.
Yeah. And so we're going to get deep into all of what that means at some point when we talk about our frameworks. Yeah, so we are a family business, and we are the children of Raymond and Sally Lee, who were entrepreneurs in our community. And Matt, why don't you give a little background on what our parents, how they got into entrepreneurship?
Well, interestingly enough, we look at our parents, we look at the history of Raymond and Sally Lee. They both grew up in West Tennessee as parts of large families that were sharecroppers. And they grew up in the Jim Crow South, so they grew up under the strenuous and contentious nature of segregation, fighting Jim Crow, but they grew up in families rooted deeply in love. And so their sibling connections, their connections with their parents, obviously rooted them with a sense of values that we continue to espouse today. And based on their entrepreneurship, it gave us opportunity to come together as family and continue their legacy in entrepreneurship at a different level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so one of the questions I want us to start with is what made us actually decide to work together? And honestly, I think it was my idea. I mean, we had to work together at the laundromat and the cleaners.
Right. So that was their first physical venture together.
Right.
And it was a family venture where all of us participated Monday through Saturday.
All of us didn't get paid, but all of us participated.
That's right.
And so
participated involuntarily. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes involuntarily.
Yeah.
So, but one of the things that we did, I believe it was 2022, you held a capacity conference through our ministry, through the ministry, Memphis Metro Christian Church, and you talked about capacity.
Sure.
And I remember telling you when I first heard you teach on capacity in 2019 that it was changing my life, because it really gave me insight into it helped me reflect and assess my personal skill sets and professional skill sets. But it also, at that conference, after that conference in November, I was like, you know what? We have a lot of skills within our family. Why not bring that together to serve others and serve them through business as our parents did? And so, like you said, it's on a different level. So we all come from, we attended HBCUs and we have had the opportunity to really learn through our professional careers leadership. Like, some people say leadership. Some people are natural born leaders. Well, I believe it can be taught too, though.
Absolutely.
I think we saw it in our parents, their faith.
Sure.
Because we're a family of faith as well, and I believed that once we assessed all of our skill sets, like, let's bring this together, and we formed ABR Firm.
Yeah. You did mention I think a critical component, that the fact that we all had respective professional experiences in multiple disciplines. Mark is a professional educator, professional musician. You had this tremendous background in nonprofit, leading organizations. I obviously was a ministry professional for a number of years, still continue to do that. Karen, with her expertise with systems, particularly rooted in customer care and customer service specialists. So all those things were really given to us through that early learning stage of business together. Like we were rooted in those things. And both our parents were almost intentional about the idea of us coming back together at some point to work together.
Yeah. I remember us having to count quarters at the end of the day.
Yes.
Karen, you remember that?
I do.
You remember
I
that?
do.
Yeah.
I remember Mom always saying, "I see my family working together,
Ooh.
be it ministry, be it business."
Yeah.
She just always saw us as a unit, and so
Right.
this is part of the legacy.
Yeah.
Right.
And today happens today that the day that we're recording this episode happens to be our mother's birthday, and she is in glory.
Right.
And
Yeah. When she passed away from this earthly life to the next, I think our intention was to intensify coming together to carry on the legacy that she and our father started. And now that they've both passed, we feel that intensity. But it's also given us the platform to reach out to a larger cross-section of people with respective industries.
yes,
And we've been successful in reaching those in multiple disciplines and being able to help a lot of organizations. So this is in a real way a tribute to them and what they've done for us and what we're now trying to do for our next generation, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so we saw leadership in motion. So through them, and they really taught us to take ownership of our, whatever our responsibility was. We didn't have like a title, but whatever our responsibility was, because, Dad owned a trucking company, he did all these other things too outside of that. And I remember creating invoices, and it's amazing how all of those things really come to full circle.
Well, they
It was
come
like,
back.
because I like creating invoices and sending it to companies after we
Right.
companies we say invoices are fun. The best part of what we do though is actually working with the organizations, the leaders, the teams, the individuals too. The coaching that we provide
Right.
one-on-one to folks as well. So I'm going to move on to another question. What's one lesson? We're going to start with Mark on this. What's one lesson we've learned, or we've learned as a family team, that applies directly to leading a business or an organization?
One thing that's always stood out to me was integrity, maintaining
Yes.
character throughout everything, throughout, even with customer, proprietor disagreement here and there, maintaining integrity. That's one thing. I remember once that there was a dissatisfied customer because Mom would do alterations at the laundromat here and there. And one particular customer was upset about it, and Mom was not there, and you and I were there, and we got a little hot about it, to say the least.
Right.
But Mom, you just gotta keep your word. Your word is your bond. We grew up with that, so that's really a staple to me that we carry and have.
Yeah. What about you, Karen?
For me, it was about customer service because Mom and Dad just absolutely wanted to make sure that all of our customers were very satisfied when they
Sure.
came in, making sure the place looked good because we were always cleaning.
Presentation.
Presentation,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Presentation was everything. But just again, creating an atmosphere where people felt comfortable, where they felt just really cared about,
Yeah.
which is one of our main frameworks.
Yeah.
Our
The care model.
the care model. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the things I remember the most.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
Well, we could get stuck in this place because there's so many memories
Right.
because our teenage years were built in the laundromat,
Yeah.
right? But it had a lot to do with treating people with dignity and respect. And so I had the opportunity to work with Dad in one of his full-time jobs, and he was my supervisor. And man, he gave it to me. Oh man, he
didn't go easy.
Oh, he did not go easy on
You
me.
was the boss's son, and
I
he
was
didn't go
the
easy.
boss's son, and he let me know that the standard that he put on me
Yeah.
was higher. but it was because he recognized at some point I was going to be a leader. But what that meant is that we had to treat every individual with dignity and respect. And so we still carry a very practical aspect of manners. We say yes, sir, no, sir.
Yeah.
We still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
To our seniors and people, we respect people. We just give them that. But that is something that I've discovered in service and in business today that seems a little distant from where we are now. But when we find it, it has an ability to attach to people, and they appreciate that level of respect and dignity. So from those days in the late 80s and early 90s, I've carried that lesson. And they made sure that we were grounded and rooted in practical ideas of how to treat people.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that dignity and respect also translates for us, in us working together, the four of us, we know how to stay in our lane.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We support each other, like, who's better at this, and who's
Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses,
And
right.
how we complement those.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And another thing you talk about, when you talk about integrity and you talk about customer service and dignity and respect, I see that all as, because we do brand management as well. We
Sure.
provide those services. And for me, I believe all of those things play into it. For me, brand management is not just a message. It's not just how you look. It is your reputation.
Yes.
It is the message that you carry. And so how does that present itself in your day-to-day work?
Right.
Right. And so that goes with mission too.
Yeah.
And so we actually help organizations not redefine, but actually refine maybe their mission and how to approach the proper people or to the people that they're wanting to serve, and so.
I always say that revenue is going to be a reflection of your reputation and what you decide to repeat
Come on.
in terms of your organization.
That's good.
Right?
Mhm.
So what is your organization consistently repeating?
Mm-hmm.
What is your organization consistently defining as its reputation? That will show up in your revenue every time.
Yeah.
And the laundromat helped put 4 kids through college.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was because of the reputation, though, that you would be treated well.
And people would come from not just within our community or neighborhood.
Across
They come-
town.
Yes.
Yeah, because they say they love the way, like, your mom is so sweet. Especially if one of the, me and Mark were there together a lot. And so people always complimented our parents and how they treated them. Even the one employee that they did pay regularly, who was on payroll, Miss Mildred,
Yes.
she loved our parents because of the way they treated her as well. So that's one thing we definitely carry at ABR Firm. We are going to, one of the things on our website is, and it's just true what we say, is like, we handle your business like we handle ours,
Absolutely.
with intentional care and excellence.
Yes.
And that's important to us. Service is important to us. We look at our business as a service to our community. One of the things that we do quarterly is provide free training for nonprofit organizations,
That's right.
the staff and volunteers of nonprofit organizations within our community, and within the Memphis metro area if they can get to us. But we do virtually, but we definitely host in-house trainings at our offices here in Midtown Memphis,
Right.
and that's a give back. So. Talk about the importance of, in terms of our reputation, how we build that through our service to people, even when it's paid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, we understand that with respective industries, the standards that are set are going to be those guiding principles, a North Star, if you will. And our conversations with individuals, interestingly enough, we are in the listening lab.
Yes. Yes,
And
Memphis
Crosstown,
Music.
yeah,
Memphis Listening Lab.
Memphis Listening Lab in Crosstown Concourse.
Yeah.
And part of the art of what we do is that we've been trained to listen because we recognize that listening is leading and listening is learning.
Yes.
And so we are intentional about having the conversations that make sure that we don't override an environment with what we just say and believe, but it's about the intentional experience of hearing where they are as an organization, as a company, as an individual, and being able, with that leading, with that listening, being able to now help integrate some things that will expand that company, expand that organization. And so it is with great care, as Karen mentioned, right? It's the intentionality with which we decide to engage with people to know that while they may be worried about income as a business, we're thinking about outcomes. And how do we best serve people? Let's listen, let's engage, let's practice something here, let's create something. I think that's really important.
Yeah. Mark, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, with reputation, I think about, there's a particular scripture, it talks about the glory of God, and the word glory means reputation. So when I'm thinking about reputation, I would like to always represent God and His goodness. And I believe when people taste and see that the Lord is good, they can taste it.
Experience it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, so that's the reputation I want.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that we definitely give that vibe, if you will.
Yeah, that's cool. So one of the things that we do want to accomplish in this episode is people really kind of getting to know us. Like, we want them to get to know us. So I'm going to shift a little bit. So, who's the peacemaker in this family, and who's the pusher amongst the siblings? We won't include the children because we got two pushers in the audience.
Right.
Jasmine and Brianna, who are our
Associate partners.
And they handle all the brand management for the organizations and individuals that we serve.
Yeah,
So
they're on the come up to senior level after a while. We're still hazing.
pay some old dues.
We're still hazing them right now.
Right. So, Mark, who would you say is the peacemaker? Say me.
No.
I think Matt has been more of a peacemaker, in
What?
my opinion.
Okay, this
Here's
your
why.
opinion. I
Here's
disagree.
why. He gives a broad perspective, and I think that's been like the executive ministry
Yeah.
in that capacity, serving in that capacity for as many years.
As a consultant for a lot of years, right?
Right.
So, I did consulting in Atlanta for 15 years.
Lee and Associates.
Lee and Associates, that was my first consulting company, and I've learned then that the best way to make peace is to hear all sides.
Yes.
Learn as much as you can, right?
Right.
In order to be able to make a deposit that gets everybody to the table.
Yeah. If I can speak on that as well, there's another scripture. I love the Proverbs. And there's another scripture that says, if you answer a matter before you hear it,
Right.
That's good.
yeah, it makes you look kind of crazy in the end.
Right.
So,
Right.
so that
That's
I
gospel
believe that,
according to Mark, that version,
exactly. So I believe all of us being rooted in ministry, the way we really brought up in church, it's really helped us to, in our own way, be peacemakers. Because I see it, and I have gleaned from each one of my siblings in that.
Karen really is a peacemaker.
Absolutely.
She didn't start out that way.
No.
She didn't start out that way.
So Karen is the oldest.
Yeah, chronologically, yes.
Yes, chronologically, and the boys are twins, and I'm the baby.
And I'm the good-looking twin. I'm
Yeah.
driving. And,
So actually, it's Karen, me, and then the boys, and so
Yeah.
my mama's babies.
Yeah.
But she favored Mark.
I had been gone so long, and I know that you all were doing, so much with the family, and I wanted to have an active role. But I discovered what really happened was my parents liked my wife and my daughter better than they did me. So,
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
yeah.
I think I had that same testimony.
Yeah. They love their grandchildren for
Oh, wow.
sure,
Mhm.
and their
Yeah.
daughter-in-laws. They definitely love them. You were one of the things though too. I think I can recall some conversations that we've had at the house and at our parents' house when we'd have Sunday dinner, and I do agree with Mark how you come with a perspective that really balances out. Even after we've given our thoughts, because one thing about us, we know how to agree to disagree,
Yes.
and then end up yet on the same page.
Sure.
And I think we take that into companies when we're working with teams who have difficulties. Retention is getting low because the morale is low or something is going on. What is the fix for the team so that they can be successful, so that they can be productive, and I think that that's one of the things we bring. Both of us have been and Mark as well in ministry, but in the marketplace, we've had to serve as leaders. And I was very blessed to matriculate in positions in different roles in nonprofit once I got into that sector. But even in the for-profit sector too, shortly, even though that was short-lived. But what I've learned is that I have to be able to, like you said, listen to all sides.
Sure.
And then, and sometimes there's a stepping away after you've had those conversations, because the most important thing that we have to remember in business is that your human capital is your greatest asset.
Every time.
You can have AI,
Absolutely.
and we love AI. We
Right.
use AI in our business. We help our clients with
Right.
Use it successfully in their
Yes.
businesses. And but the truth of the matter, without somebody creating it, it wouldn't be here. We were talking about AI when I was in college, and that was some years ago. And so,
Well, and part of the, I think
Years
part
ago.
of the outlook of AI is that in many instances, AI is applied without the emotional intelligence.
right,
And part of what we do is designed to incorporate, fuse, conjoin emotional intelligence with human experience, artificial intelligence, and the wealth of interdisciplinary skill sets, and help organizations make the next best moves.
yeah,
A lot, and so a lot of people are going to be looking at this at the end of the year and wondering what to do in 2026. And so we'll be clear on this, is that the organization takes on traits of the leaders.
absolutely.
The organizations take on traits of the leaders. And so if there are issues in leadership and in management, then we have to be willing to have the conversations that AI may not be able to be willing to address or accurately address. And we give you a lens with emotional intelligence. And we've had classes, we've done trainings and certifications, all those different things, to be able to be apt enough to handle
Yeah.
those specific kinds of conversations.
And we have the expertise at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The
A
experience.
lot of years.
Yeah, the
A
experience.
lot of years.
And that carries a lot of weight. And we've learned lessons. Like,
Sure.
it's not like you get it all right. But the truth of the matter is you don't have to stay wrong long.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can do a quick fix when you have someone come in as ABR firm and come in and help a team or help your leadership team. Leaders carry a lot at work, and I And I understand the weight of that, the weight of the burden, the weight of how it impacts the bottom line. And so I do believe that, we, like I said, you have to be honest enough to say this is where we are and this is where we want to be and make that happen. So you talked about something else too about when you were talking about leadership, and you said when you came back and returned to Memphis, you felt this thing about becoming the oldest, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I know this is true for you, and this is getting personal, but true for you and Mark both. When Dad passed a few months ago, my sister Karen and I, we have had conversations around, like, we know the boys feel the weight of leading this family now, because the person who has led this family
Sure.
for years
Right.
is gone to glory to be with Mom. And so I know you guys feel that weight sometimes. And we as a family of faith, we always pray. Like, we take everything to God. And even when we use wisdom, even when working with clients, we ask God to give us the wisdom, like Solomon did. I want to help the people. If we want to serve the people, then
Sure.
we need to get wisdom.
Sure.
And some of that comes through learned experience and failures and failing forward and all of that. But talk to us about, because ABR Firm is part of, we have multiple businesses, but ABR Firm is something that, like I said, we wanted to serve our community in. But the weight of leadership as the head of the family now that the dad is gone, and what legacy looks like.
Well, the extraordinary nature with which we feel that weight, I have determined, almost to a level of obsession, that since we cannot pay it back, we have to pay it forward.
Yeah.
We have to pay it forward. There were things that we wanted to do for our parents that we didn't see the full fruition of. We did see some things that they were immensely proud of, that we got an opportunity to do on their behalf, and they lived to experience it. And I mean, it's hard to eclipse grandchildren.
Right.
When they get grandkids, it's like you can't do anything better, right?
That's the pinnacle.
Right. But there were some other things business-wise that they saw us in cooperation do and participate in, and it was rewarding, particularly after the sacrifices that they made to get us, because they didn't have a lot of formal education.
Right.
But they sent us to some of the best schools in the country.
Yes.
Some of the best schools in the country. And for us to come back around together 25, 30 years after we've graduated
Yeah.
and congeal that together to experience what it feels like to work hard and work well with family. That's the idea that I think we carry now, that we pay it forward by staying together, by sticking together, right? That makes them proud.
Yeah.
It honors them, and people will look at us and know that came from good crop.
Yeah.
And so anything good about us, it starts with our parents, really.
Yeah.
I tell my daughter all the time, she's not cute. Your mom is cute. You just happen to get her looks. People tell me I'm handsome now. I said, these are my dad's looks.
Right.
I borrowed them. They're not even mine.
So we had family reunion last weekend, and I can't tell you how many of Mom's first cousins kept saying, "You look just like your mama." And I think Karen looks more like Mom, but yeah. So Mark, what do you feel about legacy and us having this business? You're a recording artist, musician. We have Sing Sister Sing. You're the CEO of that, entertainment and media. Sing Sister Sing Entertainment and Media. So you all are leading efforts for our family and the next generation and the next generation, to come. So, like, what is the weight of that for you?
For me, I know I keep referencing the scriptures, but
Hey, we know that's what you do.
yes, I am my mama's son. Psalm 145, I believe, it talks about one generation praising the works of God to another. And that's been our legacy. And I reflect back even on what Pop would tell us from time to time, how he would walk in a room, would walk in their at their home growing up, and him losing his mother passing away 12 years old, and walking in to see his father praying and saying, Lord, help me raise these children. I mean, and that, that just resonates with me. I mean, I cannot really express how much it does and how I take that, knowing that, and I pray the same prayers because I want to see the goodness of God.
Yeah.
I want to see the goodness of God, not just for my family, but for all families to be blessed.
Yes,
So if there are families that can glean from, not saying we're the best family. Oh, we definitely have our imperfections.
Because you tore my teddy bear.
Somehow I knew that would come up. I just knew
That's for another episode.
I knew that would come up.
That's the trauma episode, I guess.
But in all of it, we just see the goodness of God, and to know that in spite of our bad decisions or our insecurities, whatever they may be, whatever our faults may be, the goodness of God still prevails.
Yeah.
When you commit your family, when you commit your way to God, and you commit the things that you want to do. Yeah. Because it wasn't just, this was something that was put in our dad. The scriptures say God will fulfill the desires of the heart, but he also gives the desires of the heart. That's why when, I know I'm kind of getting to...
You're good.
Getting to preaching a little bit, but...
when you the syllables.
One syllable word out.
That's where we're in trouble, folks.
So when Jesus, I will give it to you. Well, that's when we have his will on the inside of us. So I believe God put, the desire for entrepreneurship. Those things that mom did, those things were put in them. And that's why those prayers were answered, because they were praying God's will. See, when you want your prayers answered, you got to pray the way Jesus prayed. You got to do what, get the word in you, get his word, get his way, get his insight, get his wisdom for life, for everything. And when you have that, that's the starting point of your success. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of, and that's what mom and dad put in us. So the fear of the belt. Fear of the switch.
Ed Rogers, spoil the child.
Corporal punishment. For more politically correct terms, yes. Corporal punishment. Sure.
Add to that, because I know I've, in all my jobs, at some point, Mom and I would come home a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Mom said, well, work is unto the Lord. And once you change your perspective on all of that, it's like, okay, not that the people don't matter, but that ultimately God is pleased. And then he will change your perception. Okay, this person is in position for a reason. So honor that and respect that position. So as leaders, you learn, to take all of that, take all of that in. So, so I just want.
So, and it's that was a good segue into what I was going to ask you, is share how Mama used to make us apologize to reinforce. How does she reinforce siblinghood and connectedness and sticking together? Like, share that, because I believe. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you share first, and I'm gonna give a comment around it.
So when we would have disagreements,
get into it.
Celebrity grudge match. That's the thing that used to be on MTV, right? right. With the clay figures,
Yeah. That's too
We
funny.
had our own version of it.
Right.
Our own version of Memphis wrestling.
When we would have those moments and mom was aware of them, she would always make us apologize to each other. But then we'd also have to say, I'm going to love you like a brother. I'm going to love
And
you
then
like
you
a
have-
sister.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was just, it was instilled.
Yes,
So,
yes.
which is another reason why the camaraderie, the love,
The bond, right?
bond is so very strong, because mom she put that in us. It just,
Yeah.
it's who we are.
Well, I was going to say, the idea, Mark mentioned something about our grandfather, and mom took some things, obviously, from her parents. But when you think about it, families is the basic organization.
Yes.
And
Mama used to say it was the first institution God created.
Yes, yeah. And so with that in mind, we have learned the benefits of loving like family, but working like partners. And it's been extremely productive because that shared values system,
Yeah.
that shared vision, and shared faith, which keeps us legitimately accountable to each other and grounded.
Yeah.
And so we've discovered there isn't a lot of room for egos on the team.
Yeah, no.
And when they do happen to arise, when they do happen to arise, we will quietly be able to grasp each other and yank it down, just pull it down, because big picture says this isn't about me.
Right.
This is about what's forward
Right.
and pushing forward. You
Yeah.
know, forward. I always say forward isn't just a direction; it's a decision,
Absolutely.
That part, yeah.
and we're intentional
That
about
part.
moving forward.
Very intentional about it. And so one of the things that I wanted to say in reference to the I'm going to treat you like a brother, I'm going to love you like a brother, I'm going to love
Yeah.
you like a sister, and is that's a concept that I literally use or have used when managing my teams.
Right.
So one of my leadership style is connectedness. I like to be in a circle when I'm talking to folks, and because I don't like the
Top-down approach.
Yeah, the top-down pyramid approach. I do not agree with that because it reminds me too much of the past and slavery and
Yeah.
somebody's better than somebody else because they hold a title. I would always tell my team, titles are for protocol because somebody has to make the final decision and somebody has to be responsible at the end of the day.
Right.
And so we all should feel responsible for our department though, right? And so I would use that concept that mom taught us,
Sure.
that I learned as a child, to treat my colleagues and my coworkers, my team members, the way I wanted them to treat me. And so if that means I had to do it first, even as a leader, if I have to keep showing love and love in a different way, trust, I would say trust is, what I would tell my team, trust is about your competency and your reliability. I know you can do this job and you're going to show up and do it. I trust that you'll be here.
And being willing to make that an emotional capital investment
Yes.
in a team member.
Yeah.
That's extremely valuable.
Yeah. And not just look at somebody as a number or as just a,
yeah. Placeholder
right.
or pencil pusher. Or,
Right.
And so some of the things that we do is that with ABR firm, we're intentional, especially working with that mid-management piece and helping to reframe what some of that can look like in order for people to fully embrace the capacity of their roles and how it affects the organization overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, because sometimes when people become new managers,
Yeah.
they have not been trained to be new. They were great in their job, they got promoted, and now their peers are now their
Subordinates.
subordinates, so to speak. and then they don't know how to function as the leader, you know.
Right.
And so I think that's where we know how to come in and break down silos and all that kind of thing, because it's so easy to create silos in organizations and companies, and when they need to see how we all fit together. And a lot of times they do know that part, but there can just be a breakdown. And, you know, one day we have a strategic intensive, you know, and
One day.
yeah,
and just
what
one
a
day.
difference a day makes, you
And
know?
the lowest form of leadership is titular designation. Your title defines who you
Right.
are.
Yeah.
And John Maxwell suggests that if you're going to use your title, then you minimize your effectiveness.
Yeah.
And once you can lay that down and see the humanity in people, that's part of that emotional intelligence framework again.
Yeah.
Being able to exercise the willingness to make that investment, that exchange. And as Karen was reflecting about her parents making us the reciprocity, right? The law of reciprocity. Not only am I going to give it, I'm going to receive it because I put it out there.
Right. That's so good. I like working with you people.
I'm being paid to do this. Blink twice, help me.
You know, one of the things that I do love about working with y'all, and I'm gonna go to something else too. I love that we get to laugh a lot when we sit around the table, our conference room table. You know, of course we could meet at the office, but being around the dining room table that Dad bought for Mom, that you scratched up doing some homework one time, and Mama said, "Boy, you done." You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember.
My brand new table. My brand new table. And it was.
If we're exposed like that, I just want to know. Now that I know the rules, stay tuned.
Next episode. But anyway, but I just so that table holds value for us, and so that's our meeting space, like, you know, where we share ideas and all of that good
We
stuff.
found a lot of safety there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've dealt with hard issues at that table,
Yeah.
but we
Very
found a
hard issues.
lot of safety.
Yeah. I remember, though, Dad was, you know, his
Decline.
declining, and we had come from. I remember telling him, Dad, we're going off to be with a client and do some training, and when he said, okay, y'all do good, you know, in his low voice, you know, but and when we got back, he asked how it went, and they were always so interested in what we did, and you know, the truth of the matter is we are very blessed to have had parents like that. We know all families don't work together necessarily, but if you are a family and you take the time to assess your skills and or you want to work together with your family, listen, go to abrfirmmemphis.com and just shoot us an email, and we'll happily respond and meet with you. And, you know, if you're a company out there, if you're a leader out there of a team, or you're a team member and you're like, hey, I think we could use you guys, we'd love to have a conversation to explore how we might work together. If you're a coach or a consultant and you're looking for great brand management, listen, our two girls back here, college, they went to school for all of this, and they keep us looking good and polished, and so just go to abrfirmmemphis.com and we'd be happy to help you. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you. Okay, so let me shift a little bit. Let's talk about, you talked about capacity, and I talked about capacity early on. So let's talk about those four.
The 4 critical questions.
I mean critical questions of capacity.
So each individual is given a set of what we call tags: talents, abilities, gifts, and skills. Talents, abilities, gifts, and skills. It is up to each individual to exercise how they are going to use those tags. And with capacity, the 4 critical questions become: how much can you hold? How much can you handle or harness? How much can you have? And how much can you help? If you can successfully answer those 4 questions, more than likely you're making an impact, not just on your life, but on the lives that are around you. We've discovered that with our respective talents, abilities, gifts, and skills, that our capacity is really large. And that's some of the reason we've been able to affect a number of organizations with high profiles, high visibility. But we ask those questions, and we help those organizations become accountable with those questions to help navigate their chartered courses for what their destiny looks like and how that looks. So we're intentional about those 4 questions, and because capacity, while a lot of people think it's static, it is really dynamic. It changes, and there's a range of capacity within you. And we look to dig very deep into how successfully are you maximizing your capacity, and what do you need to grow in order to increase your capacity. So
That's good.
yeah.
And so, Mark, you have a framework called the cadence of communication. Now, one thing I really admire about you, and you've shared with us, and you've actually done professional development, I think, with some of your teachers at your school. But you talk about classroom management, and a lot of times you tell us how you communicate with your students, and you have a cadence that you've developed with them. So just briefly talk about your framework and what you mainly teach on.
Well, the main thing is everyone has their own way of doing things. I want to help you discover what your strength is. Everybody has a strength. Everybody has, just like you said, talent, ability. You just want to use that to your advantage. I know with my classroom and with children, hey, children just love being children. Let them be children. But the thing with sharing with other individuals in my space, the space that we work with, the colleagues that I share with, just modeling it for them and sharing what your cadence is. You know, what helps you get the perspective that you have. For me, you know, I was in band like for years. I mean, band was like a big thing for me, and I didn't realize that the reason it was so big to me was because that was like my first way of being a leader outside of church, because I was pretty young in church and having the responsibility of leadership. Because when the pastor, I started playing at church 14 years old. So when the pastor came to me, she said, "You're the minister of music." I said, No. I don't want that title. I don't want that. I don't minister nothing. I'll play. She said, "No, you're the minister of music. You gotta look at it like that." So, but outside of ministry and being in band at school and being selected, say, "Hey, you're the leader. Get this. This is what I want." And the band director would tell me, "Hey, this is what I want for this section." And that really helped set the tone, not just for my section, but really for the whole band. So,
Because you keep the rhythm. Right?
Yes.
Right.
And I was a very different section leader than the others. So I took it personal. I said, "Hey,"
Sure.
because I didn't realize it, but this was just part of my calling.
Right.
And I'm saying, "Hey, this is not about friendship. This is about the band looking good. This is about the band having it." So when you have that perspective and you have that goal of like, "Hey, I want my organization to be right. I want my organization to be spectacular," then you'll find the strengths, and you will recognize the strengths in everyone in your organization.
Yeah.
Because seeing that and valuing that's what brought us together. And that's what made my colleagues, if you will, start to understand. Okay,
Appreciate your leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started to understand where I was coming from. I'm saying, "Hey, this is not about
And
me."
there you are capitalizing on an opportunity when it seemed daunting initially.
Yes.
And that's some of what ABR always looks to do, is say, hey, we recognize that this may seem to be a ginormous task or a big ask, but your capacity is saying something to you now. And part of the goal is we don't want you to shrink from leadership challenges.
Right.
And when you are thrust into them, because it's happened to us on multiple levels in multiple professions, but when the ask is there, the ask is in most instances part of a calling that gives us another level of capacity once we decide to go through it.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off of that, I was literally thinking about JSU
Sonic Boom.
when you were in the band, and how when y'all would come here for the classic, the Southern Heritage Classic. I just used to love watching the band. Period. The formations, the time, the attention, the detail, and I think I'm very certain actually that that's what's needed that's the approach you kind of like paint a picture for the team and leaders that the teams we work with and the
Absolutely.
leaders we work with. Like, listen, this may not happen overnight. When we talk about the strategic intensive in one day, we're saying let's set the plan. You shouldn't have to.
Right.
To me, strategic plan shouldn't have to take 5 years. This is what you're going to do in the next 3 to 5 years.
Right.
But when you take a strategic day to say, okay, let's get this tactical plan together.
Sure.
Let's give ownership to the tasks that are on here, things that need to happen, and then so I know this section leader has this under control, and I know this section leader, and then when we come together, it's like we have this beautiful movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This rhythm, this movement, all the dynamics. And, when you get that aerial view and they've made a JSU or they've made a whatever, it's so beautiful.
It speaks to precision, right?
Precision.
And that's
Yes.
part of what plan do you have in place
Yeah.
to execute precision.
Yeah.
And capacity coaching always leads me to the question, where are you making excuses in places where you should be making effort?
That's so good.
Where are you making excuses where you should be making effort? And we still have coaches in our lives that help us,
Yes.
that hold us accountable.
Yeah.
Bibbs, if you're watching, we listen, we pay
Yes.
attention.
Yes.
Donnie, if you're watching, yes, I'm paying attention.
Yes.
But these coaches help us understand that there's a language of precision that has to come along with leadership. And if excellence is a place, then how do you pack your bags and get there?
Come on.
How do you pack your
Y'all
bags?
write that down. Put that in the comment section. I like that.
And I think one of the things that people miss is really, especially like if you get the title before
Sure.
or prematurely, you forget about the fundamentals.
Right.
And it's like everybody's got to have the same language. That's one of the reasons that we were so successful in everything that we did with marching band. I really like marching band, but especially just with music in general,
Right.
for me, and understanding the power of it and how it is like a universal language.
Sure.
I mean, I take that everywhere with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we say at ABR, we give you a look, we give you a lens, we give you a language, and we help you create a legacy.
Yeah.
And so those pieces they're fundamental to what we do.
Exactly.
Okay, so this has been really great. We're going to wrap up.
Already.
Yeah, already. So our tagline. So ABR Firm helps you chart a course to good success, and we do that by saying there's always space for better. There's always space for you to reach for better. So good success is for us is defined in Joshua 1:9, 1:8. When you meditate on what it is it says meditate on the law and observe to do all that's written therein,
Sure.
and then you make your way prosperous. and then you'll have good success. So you have to do what's necessary. What that says to me is you have to do what's necessary to make your way prosperous so you can experience good success, because there is a bad success. If you're getting promoted in the wrong way, that's bad success,
Right.
because you will reap what you sow.
Right.
And like you
If you're
said,
stressed out
yeah, if you're
as a
stressed
result
out,
of your quote unquote success, that's not good success.
that's not good success. And so we believe in good success, and that's what we strive to help other leaders and teams have in departments, organizations, whatnot. And so, as we wrap up, I have this one question, okay? And we're going to start with you, Charlene. That's her nickname that I call her. Charlene. My brother told me make sure I stay professional, but hey. Okay, so what does better mean to you? Well, this is to all of us. So what does better mean to each of us as of right now, as siblings, as leaders, as people, as servants? What does better mean?
For me, it's always, there has to be room to grow, to get better, to get it without using the word better. But just moving up, moving forward. Again, like you said, it's not just a direction, it's a decision. And so for us as a team, we just push each other to the point of, okay, this is in you, this is in you, this is in you. And so what we do is we, as the pusher, it was the question earlier, there are just things that are in us that, we want to see elevated.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's what it is for us as a family, as business partners. We're just looking to elevate, and we're looking to elevate others, other members, staff, team members, because you want to see people do well.
Yes.
And that's really what
That's our motivation, right?
That's really what we want to do, to help people see people succeed.
Yeah. Good stuff. You, brother? Or would you like to go last? So you can go long. Okay. Let's give it to Mark.
Well, he has potential going on.
Right, I know.
All right.
He's got potential of going long.
So, better. Think about when King David, was about to make his transition to Solomon, when he had named Solomon to be king after him. He made a lot of provision for him to become king. And he told the people what to do, told the nation what to do, told Solomon what he should do, and things were better for Solomon. So one of the ways I believe better is for making the legacy better, the next generation. It is better. It should be better for them.
Oh, that's so good.
It should be better for them.
When our ceiling is their floor.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Right.
man, I like that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're working towards.
Absolutely, yeah. I reflect on a lot of different dynamics, particularly in my years in college, and there was a tremendous burden placed on us as freshmen. Right, we come in and they tell you that your family was depending on you. They sent like the sacrifices that you made.
And what school is this?
What school is this? What school is this? Morehouse.
Yes.
Morehouse College. Bless her name. Whether in victory or in defeat, we love her just the same. Morehouse College. Bless her name. But I do believe that the idea of better suggests that we cannot take old methods into new versions of ourselves. That there are parts of us that we have to leave behind, that simply are memories and reflections of what we used to be. So better is always calling us forward to say, you can be more, but not only can you be more, you are already within yourself, already more. If you're willing to tap into it, there's a version of you that's ahead, and that version is better. You just got to continually reach forward to it, and you'll be able to look back someday and say, I used to be a version of myself, but this is the better version. And in a comparative sense, we say good, better, best. The best is yet to come, but let's take it full advantage of the opportunity to get better.
Yeah.
And saying that is like, because you can literally be at your best, and it's time to get to better
Absolutely.
than the best.
Right.
So it's another level.
It's another level.
And so when I think of better, I think of the infinite. Like it's infinite. You know, God is infinite, and so it's like there's so much more. Like there's so much more that I don't even see. There's so much more I don't even know yet that I will come to know. And so there's always space, like Karen said, for growth. And I believe that, you know, I'm so intentional, and I think we all are intentional in reading the right books. You have us reading a book now.
Switch on your brain.
Switch on your brain.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to, I like audiobooks, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. But it's like there's just so much more I want to tap into in me that I know God created for me.
Yeah.
So He's so infinite. Therefore, there's always space to grow. I can get to my best at ABR Firm, and then there'll be something next
Absolutely.
that I got to get better at, so I can then get to that best, and then guess what? Another door is going to open.
Yes.
And that's the way I really try to live my life now, is that I won't let anybody define what I can become.
Right.
I won't let anybody or anything, or, you know, I just believe there's if I believe that if I can see it, I really do know I can have it.
Yeah.
And it's what happens is as you mentioned, in capacity, our capacity can increase.
Absolutely.
It does not. It's dynamic.
Absolutely.
It's not static. It is dynamic. And and just thinking of where we are now, we're so far from where we were last
Absolutely.
year. And when I think about you know, that, I'm not going to say what it was, but I shared something with y'all, an article that speaks to our future. And
not only does it speak to our future speaks to us.
yes.
That's what better does, right?
Right,
That's
right.
It gives
That's right.
the opportunity for future to speak to us.
Yeah.
And we internalize that, and we carry that
Yeah.
forward on a timeline that
Yeah.
ultimately does make us better. I did want to mention that. So Renee's she's been heralded recently as one of the top coaches in the
Top
region.
15.
Okay. Let me do it. Let me
I want
say
you to put the number in there.
What would Mama say? Don't speak good. Let speak well.
Let others speak well of
Let
it.
others speak well. But LinkedIn recognized your emerging leadership as our leader here at ABR Firm, and what you've done and how you've been impacting the region in such a significant way as one of the top 15 coaches. And you've been featured in some recent articles with Memphis Voyager, previously featured in Tri-State Defender. I mean, just a number of different.
Commercial appeal.
Yeah.
Memphis Business Journal.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm stop.
She
Keep
knows.
going,
She
keep
knows her
going.
resume. Yeah. She knows her CV. Got it. But we engage in this enterprise because we do know the possibilities that are available for teams and organizations and families, executives who are looking to level up their leadership capacity. And so we're appreciative of being able to have this opportunity, and we do really enjoy working with each other.
Yes.
And we've found assets and strengths in each other that will reverberate not just through our family lineage, but as we make impact on companies, this will live outside of us.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're excited about that.
I'm really glad that we said yes.
Yeah.
That we made a decision,
Mhm.
because you have 4 pivotal dates as well.
Yeah.
A whole talk and a signature message on that, and but I'm glad we made a decision.
We made the decision.
Because when you make a decision, your due date will come.
Yes.
Yeah. The moment you start looking for your destiny starts looking for you.
Yeah. What else is there to say except listen? Thank you for joining us for Reach for Better, ABR Firm. Listen, you too can reach for better.
Go to the website.
abrfirmmemphis.com. Click the link below. Thank you guys.
We'll
Thank
see you
y'all.
soon.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Enjoyed
sister.
it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.